All right, so here we have all our assets, and we have our um, toy with all of its texturing set up, ready to be exported to the actual game. So we are going to organize a little bit here. I have in my content section, I have all my textures and all my shaders, plus my geometry, my animation, and my physics assets and my skeleton. So I'm going to other additional nodes that the program creates. So I'm going to create a folder here. I'm going to right click and then I'm going to just create a new folder. And in this new folder, I'm going to name it SP22 for Spring 22 underscore Gomez underscore toy final. And I'm going to grab all of those assets. I'm going to move them to that folder. So I'm going to just move them there and then you say move here. And that's all of the assets are being repackaged and repositioned in that location. Just I'm trying to organize because all of these assets are going to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab. Hopefully this will refresh as I go into the section. There it is. Right, so I'm gonna go and grab all of these guys, all of these control objects here, plus those two. I'm just gonna move them to the Gomez Toy Final folder. So I'm gonna move them here. There we go. This one, I don't know why this one didn't move, but it's empty. So the folder is in there, and this one has all the textures, which is what I want. So I'm gonna go back up to my content, and then this folder is from. I'm just gonna get rid of it here. Delete. That one I don't think I need. I guess it's stubborn, doesn't want to go, but this one is the one that contains all of my assets. I'm going to now, before I export them out or send them to my final game where we're going to all come together to work on it, I'm going to export out of Maya the still version of our my toy. And this is because for our final review here, we're gonna create a separate version of the toy at its final location, um, so that I don't have to be um, connecting things in our final critique. Um, Totally doable with animation, but at this moment I'm gonna just make it simple for us so I can have our game active during our critique. So I'm going to go back to my Maya file. Here I have my toy that was animated. You can see the animation brought him to the final position. And my animation isn't really, I just post him there because my animation does not get to his final. He just jumps there from the prior moment. But you will get yours to. You see mine just stop there and just snap at them. But you will get yours to do the full animation to go over the platforms and get to his pose. So this is the position for that I picking him up. I picked up for him better. And that position does not collide with anybody else's. And again, that position, I am following it from the boxes that hopefully you're gonna get yours matched to that reference that we have for everybody's location. So at this moment, he is bound and animated. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to simply and this file I'm going to again go and remove from my reference object reference editor. I'm sorry. I'm going to go and remove the toy store so that I don't have it just by accident there. There it is. And I'm going to import my um, my robot, my animated toy from it. This one is still animated, but it's an import now. And I'm going to select the geometry, and he's in the last pose, and I'm at the right moment where he's still animated, but I'm at the end of his animation. I'm going to file, export my selection. I'm going to pick FBX, of course, and here I'm going to make sure that the history, channels, expressions, and constraints are checked off. I don't want any of that. I want to keep smooth groups and smooth meshes, and I want to uncheck animation, so none of the rest will be done. And I'm going to call this one SP22 Gomez. I'm going to just call this guy pose. I'm going to call it toe pose. Right. So, and I'm going to say export. My toe pose file FBX gets created there. So now I'm going to go back to Unreal. I'm going to grab that. Hopefully there is my toe pose file right there. I'm going to open it up just to double check it in the preview, and you can see him right there, post. So I go back to Unreal, and I'm gonna go in the folder where they have everything, all the shaders for my guy. So I'm gonna bring him all next to my existing files. So I'm gonna go and grab him and dump him here. This one is asking me if I want to bring a skeletal mesh. I'm gonna say no. Generate missing collisions, yes. And I'm gonna keep everything as it is here, only that I'm gonna make sure that down here I do not want it to do not create materials, because I wanted to use existing ones. I'm gonna say import all. So hopefully that will recognize the connections, and right away you see that he already recognizes his prior connections of all the materials that I had made before, so I don't know how to be reconnecting them again. Okay, so that he's pretty much ready to be used. Of course, if I bring him over here to see him, he comes to the location. I'm gonna put him at 0, 0. This, you don't have to do this, but this is me testing if he is in the right location. And yeah, we see he's off the ground. That means he's in the location where he has to be on that shelf. If I brought the environment here, he would be on that location. I don't need him to be there right now because I'm not going to export him from that game here. I just need him here. And I'm gonna go back up now. Okay, so now I have here my folder with all my assets. I'm simply going to right click on it. I'm gonna say migrate, and all of the assets are listed there. Since I don't have anything else in this file, I'm just simply going to say OK. And it goes to my project, where we're going to look for the location where you have to deliver your project. In this case, going to deliver to the content folder of the game project, where we're going to be storing all of everybody's assets. I'm going to just select that folder, and then right away start copying there. Alright, content migration completed. So if I go now and look under my folder, under my content of the project, we're going to be having everything there is. All of my assets are there. So from that point on, we'll be just working together to get the game done.